any corruption where politicians learn, now military men, now teach them. The people wey turn to army, the people wey become military of Nigeria, where they pick to turn to Hausa boys, West African Frontier Force, all these militias, where they gather to turn to military for our country, they were the first criminals in Africa, the first open criminals. The military institution in Africa was the first open criminal institution. These men were those that kidnapped other Africans for Europeans. Those that made sure that Africans worked in the mines, went to tap rubber. How do you think Oyibo was killing so many people in Africa? Do you think it's Oyibo that was coming to do it by themselves? They picked the evil ones among us and made them the military. The criminal-minded Africans have always been empowered by the world military. Go and look at when CIA toppled the government of Lumumba. Africans were on the streets jubilating. But is it all the Africans that were on the streets? No, they just need a few thousand. And you can find 2,000, 3,000 Africans anywhere, hungry, ready to be on the street and jubilate. Even for Nigeria, these fucking politicians who we hate, they do fucking campaigns and the stadium is, well, it's not full like Malema. But you see crowd. They will mobilize crowd because they are always hungry Africans willing to collect money and just show up. I'm reading this book right now, The Devil's Chessboard. Allen Dulles, the CIA, and the rise of the American secret government. Do you know how much they plan and replan and where you don't believe they are coming from, they are there. Do you think these imperialists are joking? They are shouting Putin, Putin, Russia. Has Putin given his own people freedom? Are the people of Russia free? That you are hoping that he will come and give you freedom in Africa? Putin is an oligarch. Because Putin is an enemy of America doesn't automatically make Putin your friend. What has Putin done all these years that Africans have been suffering? That he has been in government controlling Russia for over 20 years. It is now that him and America are fighting that he knows that he wants to help African people. Should we talk about the racism of Russians? I know they say Americans are racist. But have you tried Russian flavor? Have you tried Russian flavor racism before? We talk about Oyibo racism. Oyibo racism. Have you tasted Arab racism? Have you tasted Arab racism? Have you tasted Chinese racism, Asian racism, Indian racism? Somebody say not all Russians are racist. Just the way not all Americans or all Europeans are racist. But their system is racist. The system that governs them is racist. You cannot deny that. People that hate you to the core of their bone. Oh God. The only country in this world that has gone out of its way to send its military to defend and protect the right of African people is the Cuban military. Only the Cuban military has come to us to give us aid at a time where everybody turned their back on us. You think they pay me say as African people, we know nothing about who we are. We know nothing about where we are coming from. So how can we know where we are going? Things that they teach you in your school and on the streets that you say to yourself that make you think you are smart. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. That kind of saying only makes sense if the enemy of your enemy and you are on the same level. If your enemy is more powerful than you and your the friend that you want to make too is more powerful than you, you will be nothing but the scapegoat when they decide to settle. Or when the fight is over, now you they will take do scapegoat because you are not on the same level. Coup in Africa, we are praising coup plotters. First of all, no dishonorable man can bring honor to his people. I repeat, no dishonorable man can bring honor to his people. If you're in the military and then you betray the oath that you have already sworn, the oath that nobody forced you, nobody put gun for your head. Now you look the country, say, what I want to do is say, I'm going to join the military. And when you decide to join the military, your job, you've taken an oath, is to defend. Your job is no longer to take power. You have removed yourself. The military must be apolitical. It is a political institution that must remain apolitical, meaning that your political participation is to defend the outcome of civilian decision. How dare any military government, any military institution, any military man stand up to say he wants to fight against corruption when it is the military in Africa, that is the backbone of corruption. Go and look in all the oil companies. Who people are running it? Abdul Salami Abubakar of Nigeria, IBB of Nigeria, Abacha family, Obasanjo of Nigeria, Buhari. Where are these? Which institution created this man? Which institution did they come out from? You can't even wear camouflage one day and walk on the street, say, oh, I'm feeling military today, let me show support. They will beat you and take the cloth from you. How can you now imagine in your mind that such a group of people has anything positive? The best that will happen is that the military continue. Then the worst that will happen is that we'll now have religious extremists based on religious ideology, then will come defeat the military, and that will be the worst. We'll now be like Iran, a free country under religious domination. Hey, Islamic religious, oh, bele. Africans do not make weapons. We don't make anything involved in any kind of warfare. So when they hear ECOWAS puppets say they want to go to war, and you hear the Niger puppets say they are ready to go to war, suddenly everybody has lined up for war in Africa. These people that don't have money to feed their children. Our country just removed subsidy. Burkina Faso is hungry. Russia is dashing them food. You want to fight war when you're not giving people food to eat? You want to fight war when you're not giving people food to eat? Which war can Burkina Faso fight? Which war can Mali fight? Mali is a country that cannot remove Boko Haram terrorists from it. What war? What war can they fight? This is just a way to now legitimately give your resources to their organ. When they deliver gun, how will they pay for it? When they deliver bomb, how will they pay for it? How will they pay for it? Is it not from the same resources that they say it must not be touched? It's for African people. They say, okay, come and take oil, come and take uranium, come and take gold, come and they give us gun to kill African people. Give us plane and this is to kill African people. Is it Nigeria that has not been able to beat Boko Haram in his own backyard? They have not been able to bring peace to the people of his own Maiduguri and Borno, of Borno, of Yola. They are the ones that want to go and bring peace in Niger. The military is taking over all over Africa because you are waking up. I know you are not fully awake, but African people, you are beginning to wake up. You are beginning to see left from right. You understand? The movement of that has been brewing in Nigeria, for example, NSAS. You think they didn't see NSAS? Now they get Showore, Abi. Seun Kuti don't they form MOP, Abi. They don't say I go organize, Abi. They don't say I go collect in our country, Abi. All the military will do is to silence you. Finish. That's what they want to bring them for. And I've told you, is to make sure that Africans do not participate in the new negotiations for the new green industrial revolution that is about to take place all over the world. That we are not going to be part and parcel of the negotiation of ourselves. As wicked as Abacha was, do you think America and Europe hated him? Where was all his money? Where was all his money, all his houses? Where did they say, oh, we hate Abacha, we will not collect your money. You cannot save your stolen money here. We hate Abacha, you cannot buy a house in our country. You are a corrupt man. Look at Desani living large in the UK right now in our own, in this our own time, falling for these criminals. I said, tell me, who after these politicians, who is more criminal than your police and army? Who is more criminal? Which institution in Nigeria, in Africa, in Niger, in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Guinea, in Ghana, after the political class, who are the most corrupt people, if it's not the military and security agency class? Who? People will be say they never did power. They wipe your brain every day, like say they wipe your head, wipe you. Any small thing beat you, any small thing drag you. Embarrass fathers in front of their children, embarrass children in front of their parents, embarrass husbands in front of their wives, slapping grown people all over the place. And if you refuse to take their slap, they throw you in jail. Are those the ones that will come and liberate you from suffering? Is that the way European army treats their own people? Is that the way European police treats white people? American police, is that the way they treat white people? Is that the way they treat their army? Is that the way their army treats their people? Have you ever seen video of an army man beating a European, a UK army, American army, beating one of their civilians before in your whole life? Look at what they are doing in South Africa. Shame on all of you. The poor people are being carried along by Malema. They have organized themselves, aligned with the professionals that want to move their country forward. Revolution can never be done on behalf of the people. Revolution is done with the people.